Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are in the 98th anuccheda. The Vedic sound reveals Bhagavan. So in the first prayer, we have the Shrutis glorify the Lord. Jaya Jaya Jakhya Jam Ajita Dosha Grivita Gunam Tvamasi Yadatmana Samavarudha Samasta Bhagaha Agajagadok अगजगदोकसाम् अखिलशक्त्यवबोधकते क्वचिदजयात्मना च चरतो अनुचरेन् विगमः. So the meaning of the shloka is Jaya Jaya, conquer, conquer. Ajita, unconquerable one. Unconquerable one. Jahi, Jaya Jaya, Jahi Ajam Ajita, Dosha Gribita Gunam. Jahi Ajam. Jahi means dispel. Ajam here refers to the Maya which exists without origin. Ajam dosha gribita guna. Dispel the Maya which is without any origin, without any beginning. Ajam. And by whom? Dosha gribita guna. Even the qualities are taken as the defects. Jaya Jaya Jahya Jam Ajita Dosha Gribita Gunam Tvamasi Yadatmana Samavarudha Samasta Bhagaha. For you have harnessed all the opulences within yourself. Samasta Bhagaha, all the opulences. Tvamasi Samavarud Yadatmana Samavarudha Samasta Bhagaha. You have taken all the opulences, you have harnessed all the opulences within yourself. And then they are addressing the Lord by the word Avabodhaka. Avabodhaka means, O you who awaken all the powers of the moving and unmoving embodied beings. Aga jagadokasam akila shakti avabodhakate. Aga jagadokasam akila shakti avabodhakate. Kvachit means on some occasion. Kvachit, on some occasion, Nigamaha, the Vedas, may serve you by disclosing your Leela. Ajayatmana cha charato anuchare nigamaha. Sometimes the yogas, they serve you by disclosing your Leela. Ajaya, whether in regard to your external potency, Ajaya, or Atmana, or in regard to your internal nature. Maybe I'll read the BBT translation also. Victory to you, unconquerable one. By your very nature, you are perfectly full in all the opulences. Tvamasi yada atmana samavarudha samastabhakaha. Therefore, Jahi Ajam, please defeat the eternal power of illusion, who assumes control over the modes of nature. to create difficulties for the conditioned souls. Dosha gribhita guna. Dosha gribhita guna. O you who awaken all the energies of the moving and non-moving embodied beings. Aga means non-moving. Jagat means moving. Aga jagad okasam. Akila Shakti Avabodhakate. Sometimes Vedas can recognize you as you sport with your material and spiritual opulences. Kvachit Ajayatmana. Ajaya Atmanasha Charato Anuchare Nigamaha. Ajaya refers to external potency. Atmana refers to his internal potency. Sometimes the Vedas may serve you by disclosing your Leela in regard to your external potency or in regard to your internal potency. So the Vedas are addressing the Lord. Ajita, conquer. Conquer, that means please reveal your excellence. The repetition of the word Jaya is intended to show him honor. The word Ajita signifies the following. According to the principle that states, Yatastat Vishaya Matihi Bhagavatam. The recitation of the Vishnu's name is such that his attention is drawn towards the reciter. The holy name brings the attention of the Supreme Lord directly towards the one who recites it. This evidence shows that Bhagavan's name, like his body, is part of his essential nature. Because if the Bhagavan's name is foreign in nature to him, it could not draw his attention. The fact that it draws his attention towards him, that means it is part of his essential nature. The Lord's name, even when alluded to indirectly, has a powerful effect on the reciter. Just like his form, even on a person who is filled with fear or envy. In this specific matter, the statements of the Vedas and the experience of realized beings have already been given as evidence. How the Lord's form has a powerful effect on the person who is even filled with fear or envy. So in the Anuccheda 47, it was already discussed. So the same absolute reality that manifests to the eyes in a visible transcendental form also manifests on the tongue and the ears in the form of his name. Now that it has been established that the essential nature of the name is non-different from its owner, Bhagavan, it can be said that direct realization of the name is certainly realization of Bhagavan. So it goes without saying, the Shruti is able to describe the Lord just as it describes other objects elsewhere by Rudi Vritti, by Vritti such as Rudi, which indicate an object by its name, which is derived from its characteristics such as class and so on. So the Shrutis are the understanding, the Shrutis are addressing the Lord by the word Ajita. And a person is drawn when his name is recited. So this evidence, Bhagavatam also says that when Ajamil Vishnudutas told the Yamadutas, not only is Ajamil purified of the sins, but when Ajamil chanted the name Narayana, the Lord's attention is drawn towards Ajamil. Therefore, he has sent us. So that shows that Bhagavan's name is part of his essential nature, because if the name is foreign to his foreign in nature to him, it cannot draw his attention. In fact, when a person chants the holy name even indirectly, Sanketyam Parihasyam Va, Stobam Helanam Eva Va, Vaikuntad Nama Grahanam Asheshaga Haram Viduhu, it still destroys unlimited sins. When a person remembers the form of the Supreme Lord even with fear and envy, what is the example? Kamsa and Shishupal. Kamsa and Shishupal, they remembered the Lord's form with fear and envy, but still they became purified. It had a powerful effect on them. So, the statements of the Vedas and the experience of realized beings have already been explained. So, the same absolute reality that manifests to the eyes in a visible transcendental form also manifests on the tongue and ears in the form of his name. Now that it has been established, the essential nature of the name is non-different from its owner. So, therefore, when a person directly realizes the Lord's name, is certainly it is equivalent to realization of Bhagavan. So, because the Shruti is able to describe the Lord by chanting his name, that means they are describing the Lord. The Shruti is able to describe the Lord just as it describes those other objects. Indeed, such names of the Lord are directly the fruit of the vines called the Shrutis. The names of the Lord are actually directly the fruit of the Vedas. The statement, reveal your excellence, Jaya Jaya, indicates that the Shrutis are able to describe the Lord directly by connecting to his super excellent attributes through the primary meaning of the words, Mukhya Vritti. Reveal your excellence. Vedic statements that confirm this are no one can glorify you fully. No one is equal to or superior to him. So these Vedic statements, in such statements, the Vedas are describing the Supreme Lord using Mukhya Vritti. Furthermore, in revealing their own devotion by uttering the words Jaya Jaya, the Shrutis make it understood that Bhakti is the cause of the Lord's manifestation. So, anticipating that the Lord may raise the question, in which regard shall I manifest my excellence? How should I manifest my excellence? The Shrutis answer that he should do so by dispelling his Maya. Jaya Jaya Jahyajam Dosha Gribhita Gunam. You should do this by dispelling your Maya and granting devotion. Aja refers to Jaya Jaya Jahyajam. Dispel Maya which exists without origin. A doubt may be raised, but Maya is an energy that has Vidya and Avidya Shakti. That has functions of both Vidya and Avidya. If the Maya is dispelled, then would not Vidya also be abandoned? The Shrutis respond by saying, by whom even qualities are taken as defects, dosha gribhita guna. This compound refers to Maya, by whom even the quality characterized as Vidya, which is the cause of self-remembrance, is taken only as a defect, characterized as avidya. the cause of the living beings, forgetfulness of the real nature. So the invocation is to dispel that Maya who makes even knowledge seem like ignorance. So engrossing the living beings in herself, she gives rise to the defect called avidya. So dosha gribhita guna means she makes even the, because of Maya, even the qualities are taken as the defects. So even knowledge uh, seems like ignorance because of Maya. So engrossing the living beings in herself, she gives rise to a defect called avidya. So it is only in some places, only at some times, that she somehow releases only some living beings. Therefore, her positive quality called vidya, by which she releases the living being, is also a defect. Therefore, uproot her completely and please bestow devotion for your lotus feet on the living beings. This is the purport. Slightly difficult to understand till now we completed last time. Engrossing the living beings in herself, she gives rise to the defect called avidya. Only in some places and sometimes Maya somehow releases some living beings. So therefore her positive quality called vidya, by which she releases the living being, is also a defect. By which she releases the living being is also a defect. Therefore, uproot Maya completely and please bestow devotion for your lotus feet on the living beings. This is the purport. So we completed. Till here we completed. Well, Ato, I'll start from here. Ato मायाघातनयो मायाघातन योग्य शक्तित्वेन तद अतीतत्वं व्यपदिश्य सच्चिदानंद गणत्वं भगवतो व्यञ्जयन्त्यो तन् निरसन मुखेन तात्पर्य वृत्त्या श्रुतयश्चरन्ति इति व्यञ्जितम्. In this way, after directly stating that the Lord is transcendental to Maya, this part is तस्मात्तां निर्मूलां विदाय जीवेभ्यो निज चरणारविंद विषयां भक्तिमेव दिशयति तात्पर्यम्. Okay. In this way, after directly stating that the Lord is transcendental to Maya, since he is able to dispel her, the Shrutis, while revealing his eternal, conscious and blissful nature, describe him by Tatparya Vritti or intended meaning, primarily through the process of negation, Atan Nirasana. So what we see in this part of the Anuccheda, Jiva Goswami, because if you remember, this Anuccheda starts with the question, Parishit Maharaj's question, how can the Vedas dealing with the three modes of nature, how can they describe the Brahman who is beyond the three modes? who is ineffable and is beyond all cause and effect? That is the question of Parishit Maharaj. And Shukdev Goswami gave answer, Buddhindriya Manapranan, Buddhindriya Manapranan, Jananam Asrijat Prabhu, Matrartam cha Bhavartam cha Atmane Kalpanaya cha. He gave that answer. We discussed that in detail. So now the same question, the answer to that same question is also described by using the prayers of the Vedas personified. The Jiva Goswami in this part of the Anuccheda, he explained that how the Vedas describe the absolute truth using the Rudi meaning, conventional meaning. And how the Vedas describe the Supreme Lord using Mukhya Vritti. Now he is saying that Vedas describe the Lord by using Tatparya Vritti or intended meaning. Through the process of negation. Negation means not this, not this. Through the process of negation. Because after directly stating that the Lord is transcendental to Maya, since he is able to dispel her, through the Shrutis, while revealing his eternal conscious and blissful nature, describing by Tatparya Vritti or intended meaning, primarily through the process of negation. So Shrutayascha Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyan Shrutayascha. Now he is quoting another Shweta Satra Upanishad Vakya. Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyan Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. And then another quotation. Ajamekam. Another quotation. Sarvasyadipati Sarvasyeshanaha. Another quotation. Sava Yesha Neti Neti Ityadyaha. He is giving example where the supreme absolute truth is described using Tatparya Vritti. That is the process of, by using the process of negation, Neti Neti. Where in the Vedas it is described. He is giving 4 quotations. Know Maya to be Prakriti and the Lord to be the controller of Maya. There is a red, black and white colored she-goat, that is Maya, that produces offspring, the Jivatmas, of the same nature as herself. One ram is captivated and enjoys her, but another abandons this enjoyed she-goat. Jivatma tries to enjoy the Maya, the Prakriti, material nature, but the Paramatma is there in a detached position. He presides over all. He controls everything. He is that. He is not this, not this. So these are examples of the Shruti sentences where the supreme absolute truth is described by the Vedas by the process of negation. Further, Nanu Maya Nasham Samprartya Mama Tad Upadikam Aishwaryadikam Api Nashayitum Icchate Tyatra Samadadate Tvamiti. The Lord raises an objection. Nanu, an objection. By praying for the destruction of Maya, do you also wish to vanquish those opulences of mine that are manifested through her? Maya nasham samprartya mama tad upadikam aishwaryadikam api nashayitum ichet. Nashayitum icchata ichet ityatra samadadate tvamiti. Are you also, do you want my opulences which are manifested through Maya, do you want to destroy those opulences? So in response, the Vedas are saying, Yad yasmat tvam atmana swarupenaiva samavaruddha samasta bhagah prapta tripad vibhutyakya sarvaishwaryadirasi tasmat tava taya tuchaya तदुपाधिकैर ऐश्वर्यादिभिर्वा किमित्यर्थः. The Shrutis resolve this by saying, for you have harnessed all opulences within yourself, which is to say that you are the source of all the transcendental opulences known as the Tripad Vibhuti. You have harnessed the second line of the shloka, Jaya Jaya Jakyajam Dosha Gribhita Gunam, Jaya Jaya Jakyajam Dosha Gribhita Gunam. Second line. Jaya Jaya Jakyajam Ajita Dosha Gribhita Gunam Tvamasi Yadatmana Samavaruddha Samasta Bhagaha. So that is quoted here. For you have harnessed all the opulences within yourself. Tvamasi Samasta Bhagaha. All the opulences within yourself, which is to say that you are the source of all the transcendental opulences known as the Tripad Vibhuti, which you contain in your own essential being. What need have you, therefore, for her pity in insubstantial opulences? You don't need this petty opulences through your Maya. Tvam atmana swarupenaiva samavaruddha samasta bhagaha prapta tripad vibhutyakya sarveshwaryadirasi tasmat tava taya tuchaya tad upadikairaishwaryadibirva kimityartah. You have your opulences from your internal energy in your Tripad Vibhuti. So then what is the need for the insignificant opulences through the Maya? So in that way the Vedas are glorifying the Lord. Tatacha sa yad ajaya tvajam. This is also, they are quoting another shloka from 38th shloka, the same Shruti's prayer. Tatacha sa yad ajaya tvajam. Yad ajayatu ajam. Ityatra padye tika, he's quoting a tika on that particular shloka, 10.87.38. Nahi निरंतराह्लादि संवित कामधेनु वृंदपते रजया कृत्यमिति. नहि निरंतराह्लादि संवित कामधेनु वृंदपते रजया कृत्यमिति. तथा न अन्येषामिव तथा न हि अन्येषामिव देशकालादि परिच्छिन्नं तवाष्ट गुणितमैश्वर्यम्. तथा च स यदजया त्वजाम् इत्यत्र पद्ये टीका न हि आह्लादि संवित कामधेनु वृंदपते रजया कृत्यमिति. Similarly, while commenting on a later verse, Sridhar Swami writes, the owner of a herd of eternally blissful and conscious wishfulling cows has no need of a she-goat. If a person is having a Kamadhenu cow can give unlimited quantity of milk. A person who is owning a herd of unlimited Kamadhenu cows, he doesn't need a she-goat. That means the Bhagavan who is having opulences through the Tripad Vibhuti, the spiritual world, he doesn't need this insignificant Maya. Unlike others, your eightfold opulence is not limited by time, place, or other factors. Rather, it is immeasurable because it is an integral part of your complete essential nature. So, निरंतर आह्लादि संवित हाँ तथा च अन्येषामिव देशकालादि परिच्छिन्नं तव अष्टगुणित ऐश्वर्यम् अपि तु परिपूर्ण स्वरूपानुबन्धित्वात् अपरिमितम् इत्यर्थः इत्येषा. Rather, your spiritual opulence are immeasurable because it's an integral part of your complete essential nature. And then further he says, Tatacha sa yad ajayat tvajam. Sorry, this we completed. This one. Atra atma shabdena swarupa matra vachakena atma shabdena swarupa matra vachakena tata bhaga shabdena swarupa bhuta gunavachakena idam dhvanyate. स्वरूपादि शब्दा ईश्वरादि शब्दाश्च स्वरूप मात्रा अवलंबनया स्वरूपभूत गुणावलंबनयापि रूढया निर्देष्टुं शक्नुवन्ति इति. In this verse, the implication of the words Atma, which refers to Bhagavan's pure essential nature. The last line you see, the last line, the word Atma is there. Kvachid Ajaya Atmana. Ajaya refers to external energy, Atmana refers to internal energy. In this verse, the implication of the words Atma, which refers to Bhagavan's pure essential nature, Swarupa Shakti, and Bhaga, which refers to the attributes inherent in that nature, is this. By their popular meaning, words like Swarupa and Ishvara are able to indicate Bhagavan in relation to his pure essential nature and in relation to his inherent attributes. In relation to his pure essential nature and in relation to his inherent attributes. Some Shruti statements affirming this are, as Bhagavan is in his own essential nature, so too his manifestation is of the exact same nature. As Bhagavan is in his own essential nature, so too his manifestation is of the exact same nature. And it is revealed that his supreme potency manifests diversely. So in this verse, the Atma and Bhaga refers to his essential nature. By their popular meaning, words like Swarupa and Ishvara are able to indicate Bhagavan in relation to his pure essential nature and in relation to his inherent attributes. Some of the examples of the Shruti Vakyas are Prutayascha yad atmako Bhagavan tadatmika vyaktihi ityadyaha parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate ityadikascha. So, As Bhagavan is in his own essential nature, so to his manifestations are the exact same essential nature. It is revealed that a supreme potency manifests diversely. सा च स्वरूपशक्तिः सर्वैरेव अवगम्यत इत्याहुः. सा च स्वरूपशक्तिः सर्वैरेव अवगम्यत इत्याहुः. अगाणि स्थावराणि जगन्ति जंगमाणि ओकांसि शरीराणि येषां तेषां सर्वेषामेव जीवाणां या अखिलाः शक्तयस्तासाम् अवबोधक इति संबोधनम्. सा च स्वरूपशक्तिः सर्वैरेव अवगम्यते इत्याहुः. Agani means Thavarani, non-moving. Jaganti, that means moving, Jangamani. Okamsi, Sharirani, Yesham Tesham, Sarvesham eva Jivanam, Ya Akhilaha Shaktayas, Tasam Avabodhaka iti Sambodhanam. You only awaken all the moving and non-moving entities. So, this Swarupa Shakti is recognizable by all is now stated by the Shrutis. O you who awaken all the powers of the moving and non-moving embodied beings. The word Aga means not moving, Jagat means moving, and Vokas means the body. The meaning of the address as a whole is, you who are the inspirer of all the energies in all these varieties of living beings. तेषु विचित्र शक्ति व्यंजक तादर्शनान् मायाया अपि त्वदीक्षणेनैव क्षमत्वात् त्वं स्वरूपभूता शेष शक्ति लहरी रत्नाकर इत्यनुमीयत इत्यर्थः. तेषु विचित्र शक्ति व्यंजक तादर्शनान् मायाया अपि त्वदीक्षणेनैव क्षमत्वात् त्वं स्वरूपभूता शेष शक्तिलहरी रत्नाकर इत्यनुमीयत इत्यर्थः. By observing the wonderful potencies manifest in the living beings, and by understanding that even Maya derives her capabilities only as a result of your glance, we can infer that you are the gem-filled ocean, whose waves are the unlimited potencies integral to your essential nature. So by observing the wonderful potencies manifest in the living beings, and by understanding that even Maya derives her capabilities only as a result of your glance, we can infer that you are the gem-filled ocean whose waves are the unlimited potencies integral to your essential nature. Teshu vichitra shakti vyanjaka tadarshanaन् mayaya api twadikshane kshamatvat tvam swarupa bhuta ashesha shakti lahari ratnakara ityanumiyata ityartah. Yadva nanu maya hananena tadupader jivasya tu shakti hanihi syat. Now there is a question asked, Nanu. That alternatively the objection is, by destroying Maya, the Jiva who is an Upadhi of Maya will become devoid of energy. So how the Shrutis reply? Aga iti. Ata purvadeva. Ageti. Ata purvadeva. Here again the Shrutis reply, O you who awaken all the powers of the moving and non-moving embodied beings. The meaning is the same as above. By destroying Mada, Jiva, who is an body of Maya, will become devoid of energy. Therefore, the Shrutis are saying, Avabodhaka, O you who awaken all the powers of the moving and unmoving embodied beings. The meaning is the same as above. And then, Tataha Swarupa Shaktiyaiva Pratyuta Tesham Sukaika Prada Purna Shaktir Bhavishyati iti bhavaha. ततः स्वरूपशक्त्यैव प्रत्युत तेषां सुखैकप्रदा पूर्णा शक्तिर्भविष्यति इति भावः. On the other hand, it is only by Bhagavan Swarupa Shakti that the energy of the living beings will be completed, becoming exclusively delightful. Only by Bhagavan Swarupa Shakti that the energy of the living beings will be completed, becoming exclusively delightful. पूर्णा शक्ति अत्रेत्तम तटस्थ लक्षणेन श्रुतयश्चरन्ति इत्युक्तम्. In this manner, the Shrutis describe the Lord by his extrinsic characteristics, tatastha lakshana. So some of the things it require, I think, little more multiple reading, but some of the finer logic, even I'm also not able to grasp. But now the Jiva Goswami is saying that only by Bhagavan Swarupa Shakti the energy of the living beings will be completed, becoming exclusively delightful. In this manner, the Shrutis describe the Lord by his extrinsic characteristics, tatastha lakshana. The Shrutis describe the Supreme Lord by Rudyartha, by Mukhyartha, by Tatparya Vritti, and now by using his tatastha lakshana. Some of the Vedic mantras confirming this are Ko Hyevanyad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Ityadikaha, Pranasya Pranam, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Ityadikaha, Tameva Bantam, Kata Upanishad, Ityadikaha, Dehante Devastarakam Brahma Vyachashte, Shvetaswatra Upanishad. यस्य देवे पराभक्तिर यथा देवे तथा गुरौ तस्यैते कथिताख्यर्था प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः. Again, this is Shvetaswatra Upanishad. Some Vedic mantras confirming this are, if Brahman, the personification of bliss, were not in the sky or in the heart, who else would infuse action and maintain the life force? He is the vitality of the vital force, pranasya pranam, the seeing power of the eye and the hearing capacity of the ear. All this shines forth by his brilliance. At the end of his life, Lord Narasimha speaks the Taraka Brahma mantra and said, and the meaning of the teachings described herein is revealed only to those great souls, Yasya Deve Parabhaktir, who have supreme devotion unto the Lord and the same quality of devotion for the spiritual teacher. Now the Lord raises an objection. Nanu, let's see how long. Nanu Visheshato Bhavatyah Katam Jananti Yad Ajaya Mama Krityam Nasti Tata Sachidananda Ganayeva स्वरूपशक्त्या समवरुद्ध समस्तभग इति. How do you know specifically that I have no use for Maya? And that by the Swarupa Shakti, I have harnessed all the opulences in my body of condensed existence, consciousness, and bliss. Katham jananti yad ajaya mama krityam nasti. Tata Sachidananda Gana eva Swarupa Shaktya Samavaruddha Samasta Bhagaiti. How do you know this? Tatra ahuhu kvachititi. Last line of the shloka. What is the last line? Kvachid ajayatmana charato anuchare nigamaha. Kvachit kadachit सृष्ट्यादि समये पुरुष रूपेण अजया मायया चरतः क्रीडतः. So on occasion means at particular times, namely at the time of creation and so on, when you sport with Maya in your form as the Purusha, it also means eternally when you engage with your own self, in whom innate opulences manifest through your Swarupa Shakti, and who are entirely eternal, conscious, and blissful in nature. So Nityam cha Swarupa Shakti Avishrita Swarupa Bhuta Bhagena Satya Jnananandaika Rasena Atmana Charatas Tava Asmal Lakshano Nigamaha Shabda Rupena Devata Rupena cha Anucharet Sevate. Tasmad Vayam Tat Sarvam Janima Ityartaha Karmani Shashti. So at those times, we the Shrutis serve you both in our forms of sound and as deities. Therefore, we know all of that. This is the meaning. The words te charataha are in the genitive case, but are being used in the accusative sense. Genitive case means the Shashti Vibhakti, but are being used in the accusative sense, that means in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, Karmani. So the Shrutis are replying that on some occasions, like at the time of creation, when you sport with Maya in your form as Mahavishnu, that means eternally, when you engage with your, it also means eternally when you engage with your own self, in whom innate opulences manifest through your Swarupa Shakti, and who are eternal, conscious, and blissful in nature. So at these times, we serve you both in our forms of sound and as well as the deities. Therefore, we know all of this. Further, Yetaduktam bhavati atra dvivido vedas traigunya vishayo nistraigunya vishayascha. Tatra traigunya vishayas trividah. So here the following is to be stated. The Shrutis are divided into two types. One dealing with subjects within the three gunas, and the other dealing with subjects beyond them. And of the Shruti dealing with the three gunas, it has three further classifications. Tatra traigunya vishayas trividah. Pratama prakarastavat tad avalambana tatasthena tallakshakah. Yata yato va imani bhutani ityadihi. So the Shruti is dealing with the three gunas, it has three subdivisions. So the first depicts him in natural terms as a support of creation. Matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. For example, He is that from which all these living beings are born. Taittiriya Upanishad. Yato va imani bhutani. Avalambana means support. Dvitiya prakara. Second category of the Shrutis. So the Shrutis are divided into those which deal with the three modes and those which are beyond the three modes. Among the Shrutis which deal with the three modes, there are three subcategories. The first category describes Lord as the support of everything, like Taittiriya Upanishad verse. Dvitiya prakarascha Trigunamaya tadishita tadishitavyadi varnanadi dwara tan mahimadi darshakah yata indro yato vasitasya raja ityadihi. Trigunamaya tadishitavyadi varnanadi dwara Trigunamaya तदीशितव्यादि वर्णनादि द्वारा तन महिमादि दर्शकः यथा इंद्रो यथा अभिसत यतो वसितस्य राजा इत्यादिः. The second type makes evident his glories by describing that material nature consisting of the three gunas is under his control. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam. These are texts such as, it is due to him that Indra functions as the king of the bonded beings. Rigveda. That material nature is under his control. The first type of Shruti describes the Lord as the support of creation. And then Tritiya Prakarascha. Traigunya Nirasena Paramavastu Deshakaha. Sopyayam Vividaha. So the third type indicates him as the supreme substantive by negation of material nature consisting of the three gunas. Traigunya Nirasena by the Paramavastu Taddeshakaha. Indicates him as the supreme substantive Paramavastu. Paramavastu means supreme Vastu by negation of material nature consisting of the three gunas. And this third category is of further two subdivisions. Sopyayam Dividaha. Nisheda Dwara Samanadi Karanya Dwara cha. Nisheda Dwara and Samanadi Karanya Dwara cha. One which does so by denial, Nisheda, and the other by identity of relationship, Samanya Adhikaranya. The first category, Tatra Purva Dwara Astula Mananu Brihadaranya Upanishad Neti Neti Ityadihi. Uttara Dwara Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma Chandogya Upanishad Tattvamasi Ityadihi. Little complicated, but I'm just trying to go through. At least we are reading first time. I think when we read second time, third time, we'll understand better. That's what I feel. Among the first category, for Nisheda Dwara, he is neither grass nor atomic in size. Nisheda. He is not this. He is neither grass. He is nor atomic. He is not this, neti neti. Examples of the second text are, indeed, all this is Brahman, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. And you are that, Tattvamasi. I just want to at least complete this part of 98.5. Let's see another 10 minutes if we complete it. So, Purva Vakye Tajjatatvad iti hetoho Sarvasyaiva Brahmatvam Nirdishya तत्राविकृतः सद् इदमिति प्रतीति परमाश्रयो योंशः स एव शुद्धं ब्रह्म इत्युद्दिश्यते. Explaining the Purva Vakya, the first of these two quotations, that means it's Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, points out that absolutely everything is Brahman because it has manifested from Brahman. In this statement, the portion identified as the ultimate shelter of the perception, this is immutable experience, is indicated as pure Brahman. This is immutable existence indicated as pure Brahman. The later quotation, पूर्ववाक्ये तज्जातत्वादिति हेतोः सर्वस्यैव ब्रह्मत्वं निर्दिश्य तत्राविकृतः सदिदमिति प्रतीति परमाश्रयो योंशः स एव शुद्धं ब्रह्म इत्युद्दिश्यते. उत्तरवाक्ये त्वं पदार्थस्य, उत्तरवाक्ये it refers to तत्त्वमसि, त्वं पदार्थस्य तद्वत् चिदाकार तच्छक्तिरूपत्वेन तत्पदार्थैक्यं तद् उपपाद्यते तेनापि तत्पदार्थो ब्रह्मैवोद्दिश्यते. तत्पदार्थज्ञानं विना त्वं पदार्थज्ञानं ज्ञानमात्र किंचित् करमिति तत्पदोपन्यासः. So the later quotation, you are that, establishes the oneness between the Brahman and the pure Jiva, Tattvamasi. Because the Jiva is conscious like Brahman and is the embodiment of its energy. By this too, the Tatpadartha is defined as Brahman itself. The word Tat has been used because knowledge of Tvam Padartha is trivial without knowledge of Tat Padartha. Let us see. Traigunyati kramastu ubayatrapi. Atra traigunya nirasena tad uddeshena yatra tadiya dharmaha spashtameva gamyante tatra Bhagavat paratvam. In both of the above quotations, however, the three gunas of material nature are transcended. Where the Shrutis denounce the material gunas, it is done to indicate him so that his characteristics are clearly understood. In which case they define Bhagavan. When, however, the attributes are not explicit, the Shrutis define Brahman. In this way, the Shrutis dealing with the three gunas have been explained. Thus, it has been demonstrated how the Vedas describe the Lord even as he engages in pastimes related to the external potency Maya. So, Traigunyati kramastu ubayatrapi atra traigunya nirasena tad uddeshena tatra tadiya dharmaha spashtameva gamyante tatra Bhagavat paratvam. Yatra tvaspashtam tatra Brahma paratvam ityavagantavyam vyakyatas Traigunya Vishayah Tadetad Ajaya Charato Anucharediti Vyakyatam. So far, I think this is the most difficult Anucheda, I feel. So far, it looks like. Further, Atra Nistraigunnyopi Dvividah Brahmaparo Bhagavat Parascha Yata Anando Brahma Ityadihi. So the Shrutis which deal with, which are beyond the three gunas, that is also two types. The Shrutis dealing with the subjects free from the three gunas are also of two types. Those defining Brahman and those defining Bhagavan. An example of the first is the statement, Brahman is Ananda. And an example of the second is, he has no material body or material senses. Nothing is equal to or superior to him. Yet multifarious energies such as knowledge, will and action naturally exist in him. This shloka. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natat samaschabyadikacha drishyate parasya shaktir vividaiva shruyate swabhaviki jnana balakriya cha. The Shrutis are divided into Shrutis dealing with the three modes of nature, Shrutis which deal with subject beyond the three modes. Shrutis dealing with the three modes of nature were divided into three subcategories. In the first category, the Brahman is described as the support of everything. The second category, Brahman is described as the controller of Maya. And then in the third category, we saw that. The third category, the Brahman is described as the supreme Vastu through the process of Neti Neti. And in that, which is divided into two categories, Nisheda and Samanya Adhikarana. Nisheda Dara, we discussed example, Astulam, Ananu, Neti Neti. And then Samanya Adhikarana, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma Tattvamasi. And then the Shrutis dealing, Shrutis which are beyond the three modes of nature, that is also divided into two categories, Brahma Paro, Bhagavat Parascha. One which describes the impersonal Brahman, another which describes the Bhagavan aspect. Tadetad Atmana Charato Anuchare Nigamaha iti Vyakyatam. So all these are explained in relation to Charato Anuchare Nigamaha iti Vyakyatam. Thus it has been explained how the Vedas describe the Lord as he engages in pastimes related to his own inherent nature. Just 5 more minutes. Maybe this part will take it. Already this is a little overwhelming. So I'll stop here. From this will take it up next week. Ataha Shruti Tacharit. So just a brief recap of what we discussed. Then so Jiva Goswami explained that by the statement, reveal your excellence, Shrutis are able to describe the Lord directly by connecting to his super excellent attributes through the primary meaning of the words, Mukhya Vritti. So there are statements which can, example statements from the Rig Veda, Svetas Upanishad were quoted. That and also they mentioned that the Shrutis are revealing their own devotion by uttering the word Jaya Vijay. By that they say the Bhakti is the cause of Lord's manifestation. The Lord may raise a question, how should I manifest my excellence? The Shrutis answer that manifest your excellence by dispelling Maya, which exists without origin. Then the doubt may be raised, Maya has functions of Vidya and Avidya. If the Maya is dispelled, then Vidya would also be abandoned. The Shrutis respond that by whom even the qualities are taken as the defects, dosha gribhita guna. So by Maya, even the quality characterized as Vidya, which is the cause of remembrance, is taken only as a defect. So therefore the invocation is to dispel that Maya makes even knowledge seem like ignorance. So therefore, she gives rise to the defect called avidya. So therefore, only in some places, in some times, she somehow releases only some living beings. That's why her positive quality called vidya, by which she releases a living being, is also a defect. Therefore, uproot Maya completely. So bestow devotion for your lotus feet on the living beings. That's the purport. So then after directly stating that the Lord is transcendental to Maya, since he is able to dispel her, Shrutis, while revealing his eternal conscious blissful nature, describing by Tatparya Vritti or intended meaning. The Shruti references supporting this are, some references are quoted. Shweta Sotra Upanishad. So 4 5 references are quoted. Another Lord raises an objection. By praying for the destruction of Maya, do you wish to vanquish those opulences of mind that are manifested through her? The Shrutis reply that actually you have all the spiritual opulences within yourself. You are the source of all the Tripad Vibhuti. Therefore, what is the need of these opulences through Maya? A person who is the owner of unlimited Surabhi Kamadhenu cows, what is the need for him to possess a goat? If he loses a goat, there is no loss for him. Because he has unlimited, immeasurable spiritual opulences. So in this was the implication of the word Atma, which refers to Bhagavan's pure nature, and Bhaga, which refers to attributes inherent in nature, is this. By their popular meaning, words like Swarupa and Ishvara are able to indicate in relation to his pure essential nature and in relation to his inherent attributes. So some of the Shrutis confirm this. So the Swarupa Shakti is recognizable by all is now stated by the Shrutis. Because by saying that you awaken the powers of moving and unmoving embodied beings. So by observing the wonderful potencies manifest in the living beings and by understanding that even Maya derives her capabilities only as a result of your glance, we can infer that you are the gem-filled ocean whose waves are the unlimited potencies integral to your essential nature. So another objection is that by destroying Maya, the Jiva, who is an Upadhi of Maya, will become devoid of energy. So that is also refuted by the same phrase. On the other hand, only by Bhagavan Swarupa Shakti, the energy of the living beings will be completed, becoming exclusively delightful. In this manner, the Shrutis describe the Lord by his extrinsic characteristic, that is the Lakshana. Some of the Vedas confirm this are as follows. And then the Lord raises an objection. How do you know specifically that I have no use for Maya? And by Swarupa Shakti, I have harnessed all opulences in my body of condensed existence. Shrutis reply that on some occasion, like at the time of creation, when you sport with your Maya, it also means eternally when you engage with your own self. At that time, we serve you in the form of the Shrutis as well as in the form of the deities. Therefore, we are aware of this. So then, Jiva Goswami says that the Shrutis are divided into two types, dealing with the three gunas and dealing beyond the subjects beyond the three gunas. Of the first category, there are three subdivisions. The first depicts him in natural terms as the support of creation. Second, makes him evident his glories by describing that material nature is under his control. Third, indicates him as a supreme vastu by negation of material nature. Nisheda, and this is a Nisheda and also to Samanya Adhikaranya. And then the Shrutis which deal with the subject matter beyond the three gunas, that is divided into two subcategories. In one, the Shrutis describe the absolute truth as formless Brahman, and in another, they describe the absolute truth as as Bhagavan with qualities. So we'll continue this. So I request you can go through it maybe at least 2 times, 2, 3 times you go through this. I'll try to send the recording. If you have any questions, we'll see. I will. I think this anuccheda has been little most tough so far. Right.